Isn't there a delay with that or something? Good. Call to order the zoning board of review meeting. We're sitting as the Board of Appeal right now. We'll all stand for a moment of silence and salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah. All right, so we're here tonight for petition 1, which is filed by Peter F. Swears, Esquire, on behalf of Tom and Cynthia Spolko on an appeal of the decision of the Hockman Zoning Board, appealing the decision of the Planning Board, granting the approval of the master plan application submitted by RI-95 LLC for a large-scale photovoltaic solar energy system located on property identified in the Hockman Tax Assessor's Map as Plat 11, lots 47A, addressed as 0 Palmer Circle, Hope Valley, Rhode Island, 02832, in accordance with RIGL 452367 as amended. Appeal is made subsequent to the former RIGL reference any article, was that 15 of the Hockman subdivision regulations. We have the applicant present, and if you notice, we're missing a member and an alternate tonight. I think you were made aware. We're gonna have to reschedule this meeting. We're looking at January 13th at 7. I believe Pear might run that. Is that fine?
Yes, the party will bring us that paper.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So can I entertain a motion to reschedule the Board of Appeal for this hearing?
Oh, the 13th doesn't work for me.
Oh, boy. All right, so we don't.
Oh, wait a
have-
minute, that's a Thursday, right?
It's January.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
So we have alternate dates we could look at, the 11th, the 12th,
Yeah.
also the 19th. Those other days don't work? No. Our regular zoning board meeting is the 20th. The 4th appears to be open. If you guys.
No, that's fine. I thought it was the first one.
Yeah, the 4th is open. How's that, Rod?
That could work.
Dan? No, not on. The thing that would hinge on the 13th is knowing if Joe and Chip can make it, if Ronnie can't.
Well, they have to all, oh, that's true.
They both of them would have to sit. Can't do it. Town hall's closed. How about a Monday the 10th? It's fine with me. Attorney,
Looks like it works for me as well.
10th. Attorney Squares.
Not that
It's too many pieces to it. All right, so that one's out. That's out.
Well, what do we have on the 20th already?
Zoning board.
I mean, we have the regular zoning board meeting, which we only have Brian, as far as I know.
And then
Well, and then whatever
yeah.
transpires tonight.
Can we do a week from tonight?
No, I can't do this. I'm killed at work.
Well, can we do one of the other ones that we have to postpone on one of them nights where we don't have so many people to get together?
Can we find chips of chips available for the 13th?
Yeah, do you want me to go call them real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can text Joe and also.
How about the 20th? We started half an hour early for the appeal board. then
Yeah,
kick
I'd rather
into
not,
zoning
I'd
board.
rather not miss it.
We could do that too. I mean, I could do 6. We could do
Yeah, who's
On
that
the
road?
You want to
20th.
do 6 on the 20th?
Are you? You're okay.
I can do that.
Attorney Squares, are you available the 20th at 6? We went early?
I could, I'm sorry, I just.
That's all right. Well, that's the. that's
You're
what
starting to be
happens.
difficult now.
Just, so I was just talking to Mr. Henry, and I don't know if this works for the board or for Ms. Hogan, but we would possibly come to Fuji, which is, I know it's a Friday. but it's open.
You do it earlier in the day, or in the evening.
I didn't realize that's the Martin Luther King holiday. Yeah, we're getting out of town
Wow.
The 7th appears open.
Okay. Up to you.
It's a Friday.
Yes, I'm Friday.
See if any, it's,
It doesn't matter.
earlier in the day, that would be okay with me too. Someone else will avoid the Friday night.
Well, I don't think the board members can get here before 6. You know, on our end, so it's not really early, but it's earlier than at 7 o'clock. How are you?
What day are we on, the 7th?
You're at, well, we're looking at the 7th now. which is
Friday's usually good for me, so.
I think we're also just trying to hammer down the 13th. It's something we gotta-
I think you're working.
Well, I'd rather be
No, it's
here.
not gonna-
I know, but if you don't, we had alternates. Yeah.
Well,
Chip can do the
I'm not
13th.
gonna go there.
Chip can do the 13th.
Okay,
All right, I'm checking with Joe right now. Let's see if Joe can make the 13th. Or we do the 7th. 7th moves it up. If you guys are fine, are you fine on the 7th?
I don't know.
You don't know if you can?
Yeah, I can do the 7th.
Yeah, no, it's none about, but keep this moving. All right, let's shoot for the 7th. I think we have most of the people. It's just-
just Joe, right? We need to make sure.
Joe said he could do the 13th.
Okay, well then why don't we do the 15th?
You do the 13th. I'd like to have Ronnie here, and it's a week earlier. I think I prefer to do the 7th myself.
Plus, that should be my privilege as a full-fledged board member.
I would say so too. So I would entertain a motion that we reschedule
You got
this hearing to the 7th of January, 2022. That's a entertain motion. Would anybody like to grab it?
So,
All right, so
Second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, 7th. Sorry for the inconvenience, everybody.
And is that at 6 PM?
Sure. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Six, yeah, okay. Yes, we'll try to get it moving along, boys. And again, I apologize, I'd rather not have sick people here.
Thank you for.
Yep, thanks for the understanding. Sorry to drag you all out here.
Happy holidays. all.
Yes,
Merry Christmas.
happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
They're not waiting that long.
No, that's not too bad.
make a motion that we adjourn the Board of Appeals.
Okay,
Second.
the motion is second.
Wait, can you approve the minutes?
No,
No, we don't have the people.
Oh, you can't, can you?
No.
No, okay.
No, so, all right, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on adjourn? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 So moved. We are adjourned. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna call to order the zoning board of review meeting. minutes. We have our first petition is determine completeness in the application, consider waivers. Actually, we don't want to do that one right now. Hang on. I'm going to move to petition 2. Which is determine completeness of application and consider waivers, which is continued. That's the same one. We have 3 of these. Hang on.
It's Haverly and
No, I'm
Haverly.
sorry. All right. 1 and 2 are the first pre-app. So, as I said, we're gonna move to petition 3, which is a hearing for a special use, for a special use permit to allow a pharmacy to serve the Wood River Health Clinic, and its patrons. Petition is filed by Genoa Healthcare Pharmacy with mailing address of 400 Perry Highway, Building 1, Suite 101, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 15229, for property owned by Wood River Health Services located at 823 Main Street, Hope Valley, Rhode Island, 02832. Identified as Assessor Plat 14, Lot 47A. It's an RS zone and filed in accordance with Section 8C and 10 of Chapter 134 of the zoning ordinances of the town of Poplar as amended. The applicant and representative is present, and we're in the same circumstances as the Board of Appeals was in. We don't have a forum, so we can't have a hearing tonight. Sorry. We
Need a
need,
motion to move it to the next, the 20th, January 20th.
you want to move it to the next zoning board meeting, or would could we piggyback this on the end of the Stone Ridge one?
That's up to you. That's entirely up to you.
Well,
You
we're,
could, but it has to be noticed separately and agended separately.
Right, I don't like what we normally.
on the
do.
7th,
Yeah,
There's nothing to stop you.
well, we're starting at 6.
6.
So we end regardless on where we are at 10,
So,
I mean, at 9, and do their account.
so Stone Ridge, we had to hear Attorney Landry's argument. And then a rebuttal from 2 more. Yeah. Well, they're rebuttal. I don't think they're gonna be that.
Well, even if they are,
I would not think that that would last more than an hour and a half. I bet we'd be able to start them by 8. No?
I don't think so. But you could put a time limit to it. 2.5 hours, and you move on to that.
What do you got? It's up to you guys, or,
We're gonna meet the 20th anyway, right? For the zoning board, so.
I mean, we can move it that far. I don't know. You guys got a timeline you're trying to move by? Tomorrow? Tomorrow?
We have plans.
Yes.
Um,
I have no problem putting them on at 6. We could readjust and just, that would make more sense.
However you see fit for so long.
I'd like to do
Yeah,
that.
because
and
this
move it
is a
along.
major inconvenience, so.
I think so. And I mean, it's this one's on us. I mean, we can't help it that people, it's like, maybe they should go to the health center. They'd feel better. We need a good pharmacy to get some meds.
Yeah, let's put them on first, bang it out,
Yeah, that's,
because the other one's gonna take time.
okay. So, can we get a motion to reschedule this to 6 PM on 1/7/2022? And we'll put it before Board of Appeals. So moved. Second. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
ask a question.
Tell me you can't make it.
What?
Tell me you can't make it.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Do we have to renotice the abutters with adding paper in?
Not the abutters, no.
Nope.
We're just gonna repost the
Yep.
advertisement for the meeting, right?
Well, it's gonna be advertised, like not in the paper, but the agenda and stuff.
Yeah.
It's on the record that we continued it, so. Yeah.
All right, yeah, sorry for the inconvenience.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you. Take care. All right. Yes.
Oh,
All right.
I want to recuse myself from petition 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Dan, can I ask, did you fill out that form for it?
Yes.
Huh?
Email it.
Oh, perfect, yeah, I'll email it over to you.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome, thanks.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
See you guys.
All right, so
Just fill out the form.
Talk to you tomorrow, Dan.
now we're gonna move back to petition 1 and petition 2, which are combined as determine completeness of application, consider waivers for dimensional variance and special use permits to allow for single-family residence and to allow for reduction in lot frontage from the required 100 feet. Petition is filed by Nick Mandes on behalf of Clucks Falls LLC with mailing address of 15 Clucks Falls Road, North Stonington, Connecticut, 06359, for property owned by Clucks Falls LLC located at 010 Lane, Ashway, Rhode Island, 02804, and identified as Assessor's Plat 5, Lot 57E. It's in an R1 zone and filed in accordance with Section 9 of Chapter 134 of the zoning ordinance of the town of Hopkinton as amended. The applicant or representative present, we have the representative present, correct? Want to wish our transcriptionist a happy holiday, Meredith, because I know you.
Good seeing you.
Okay, so I think last month we were at a point where we needed to have more information on our checklist. Yes, yep.
Just so you're aware, I'd like to ask the board to continue once again this month. And the reason for that is we are still working on gathering a lot of the information.
Okay.
Discussed some legal issues. One was the right of way, a certificate of title, perhaps some restrictions that might have been in some of the deeds for those properties.
Yep.
And we're having Mr. Mann, legal counsel, look at all that and clear that all up.
Okay.
And we did do topography, and we have Tony Mann as a civil engineer, works with Joe Toscano, who did the plan.
Correct.
He is actually preparing a full site plan with proposed topography, the location of the house, septic system, driveway, and we're going to submit that as well to the state of Rhode Island to get approval. So we may very well be able to eliminate most, if not all, of the waivers that we
Yeah.
requested. There was quite a few, and so we're going to work toward that goal.
Oh, all right, that works for us too.
I
So-
don't think the OGWS approval is essential because of the statute in the case law allows us to make a conditional approval. But without the stuff that you just described, we can't even make findings of fact. So if we were to proceed right now based on what we have, we couldn't approve it because we would have no record to be able to substantiate, to rely on whatever decision the board made.
Right, understood.
I mean, I personally researched the right of way, the restrictions and the property. I believe those are easily satisfied by council, opinion from the council, or the legal counsel.
Okay, opinion from the council with a certificate of title.
Yeah, I mean, that would suffice because otherwise you don't have access to that property. And that would be sufficient proof, I think, for us.
Yeah, I mean, we can, if there's an easement, there's an easement, but we can't make a decision about the appropriateness or the capacity of that easement. That's more an issue between you and the neighbors.
Right. Okay. Well, it seems like we'll be able to cover all that with the information. We can submit that all before the next meeting. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. That's by the commission that we have an application that's really actually on to consider.
Would it go to meeting? Well, yeah, well, we'd still need to go pre-app.
I know, but what does he really prefer to go to the February meeting for pre-app?
Well, if we put it on the 20th and they are ready
Yeah.
for the pre-app,
Oh, I
if not,
see.
we can
I
continue it.
understand.
If not, we can continue it for the February.
Is there any chance you'll be ready by the 20th of January for pre-app? Or would you think I'm suggesting it might be wiser to go to February meeting? What's the
Yeah.
date?
That'd be fine.
Okay.
Why don't we do that?
If he's good with it.
Yeah, that's fine. So, as clarification, so the deed I was speaking of last month, I received bad information.
Okay.
Okay. The page that deed was on had, that was recorded on, had two deeds on it. It was misread. And then I looked at the wrong, or I was given the wrong deed. So the one above it had the deed restrictions on it. This properties is below and it doesn't appear to have those restrictions that I mentioned. So I just want to clarify the record that, I was given bad information.
Okay.
And it was just an error because of the way the page was situated. Everybody looked at it and it looked like there was deed restrictions on yours when it was actually the deed went. Yeah, it was just two, because, they overlap on the pages and they just run
I
through.
know very well.
So
That happens a lot.
that was an error on this end, wherever it falls, but I received that information and it cleared itself up between last month and this month. So I erred in that one, but we still need to know that you have access to it. So,
Absolutely.
and if you got 2 months to figure that out, that might help the situation.
Yeah, that's definitely better. You got a lot to do, so I was a little concerned about getting it. Quite frankly, but not during the point.
So then, that pushes us to where is, so that goes February 18th.
17.
Oh, I'm looking at the 17th, okay. So let's, can we entertain a motion to move Tanner Lane, that we're gonna go pre-app at that point to
Pre-app.
Yeah.
Make a motion, we do pre-app on the 17th.
17th of February. Okay. Need a second? All in favor? Aye. All right.
And if for some reason you're not ready, why don't you let us know?
We'll be fine if I'm not ready.
Oh, geez.
No.
What's your position? Just out of curiosity, what's your position on behalf of the applicant?
Well, I'm a licensed land surveyor in Connecticut.
Mhm.
I'm a project manager type person. I do a lot of projects. I've done most of my work in Connecticut.
Mhm.
And I've worked very closely with Joe Toscano, he's a colleague of mine. So my position is I'm managing the survey work, working with Joe Toscano for the applicant. preparing all the documentation. And work, Joe is so busy.
Sure.
I'm kind of taking the brunt of the information and of the workload to get this done, working closely with him to get the project done. So,
May I suggest, I noticed the authority that was given to you was in the form of a very simple letter. May I suggest that you consult with your client and advise them that a resolution would be more appropriate?
okay.
A resolution from the LLC designating you as an authorized
Right, I
representative.
remember we talked about the LLC issue, right?
Okay?
And I also suggested to him already that we incorporate one out.
Well, he doesn't. He just has to register as a foreign LLC. He hasn't done it. I checked today.
Just
But
register
he
as
is.
a foreign LLC, okay.
He is in Connecticut and he has somebody that I recognize as his designated registered agent of service. The only question on that is whether or not, in the event there's an appeal, can the party that's seeking that action get service on the individual, on the LLC?
Right.
So,
Right, so that would be in the best interest of you.
I mean, I think it would, but he doesn't believe it's necessary and I'll defer to him.
Mhm.
I would just suggest the resolution for you. It would-
Okay, well,
I think it would be
certainly
better.
appreciate that advice. Thank you all.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too. Okay, all right. Any other business that we can take? care of
Yes, we have to do anything on that? We're taking a vote.
As far as,
17.
we did. We already did that. Yeah, we already did that. So, if we have any other business we'd like to discuss.
I did.
Remedy appeal's been filed in Superior Court. They haven't served process yet because you guys authorized me to serve the process. They haven't served process yet because the court hasn't issued the summons yet. So once that gets done,
Paperwork hanging up.
yeah, exactly. Once that gets done, that triggers the obligation to file the record, which I understand is already put together and ready to go. So from there, I'm just going to ask for a briefing schedule. Nick Nybo has asked if I would agree to a stipulation staying the DPR or staying the time that they have to finish the project. The regs, they have it for 2 years to complete the project. Once they get the plan approval. So
Is that up for council to do, or is that up for the planning board to do?
that's you can file a motion with the court, and the court can order it stayed. Frankly, I think under the circumstances they probably would. So
Okay.
I think given that I'm representing the interests of the zoning board and by extension the planning board, since we upheld their decision, I think they probably have the capacity to stipulate to that, but if it's appropriate, I have to look at it.
Okay, because that's what I'm wondering if they would have to go back to the planning board to actually have them, who has the authority?
No,
to do it or not.
it's
understand.
automatically stayed, but when it's appealed to the zoning board, it's automatically
That's
stayed on the planning level.
correct.
But if it's appealed to Superior Court, it's less clear.
Okay.
So
Okay, all right, well, feel clear.
Yeah.
Well, they will.
I'm not,
Not to worry about it.
yeah, you know, I'll take a look at what he has to offer. And I'll take it from there.
Tony, you got anything? You good? He's looking at the antiques over there.
Reading that thing. Well, anything, no.
I'm sorry, I caught you off guard.
No, just catching a lot of people with illegal apartments and stuff.
Okay. They,
I got one thing.
go ahead.
You
go ahead.
know, they sell their house and, people call, oh, is that apartment legal? What apartment? We go, write them a letter, put a lien on the, I would put liens on the houses.
Yeah. Are
They
they,
can't, so they can't sell.
were they accessory family dwelling units?
Or
Or
they,
they,
units or, garages and stuff, so I just make them dismantle.
yeah,
But what I do is, what I did in Narragansett, we used to put a lien on, put liens on these houses. So they couldn't sell them.
right, kind of locks it up a little
People
bit.
Get screwed.
Yeah,
And it seems to be working, because they call up and go, oh, what up?
Yeah.
You can't get a hold of them, they won't let you on the property. Yeah, no problem, sit like that. Guy called, when can you go to my closing? They said, yeah, I'm busy this week. That's how you nail it.
yeah. No, that's a way to,
Best way to do it, because, you can't chase them down.
when it's convenient for them to get a hold of you, they do,
Oh,
don't
they
they?
get a hold of us. Oh,
Yeah.
they're in a hurry, Bob.
That's an
Busy today.
interesting way to do it, but it's effective.
And it seems to work pretty well.
Oh,
All
okay.
the slander title, no, it's not, if it's, I went through that before, and they went to some of the court on that, they lost. And it's not slander title, if it's a health safety issue with the town.
What's your position on the in-law apartments?
Well,
What was that case?
well, you can have an in-law apartment, however, under state law, you have to be 60, you have to have a parent that's 62 with a disabled child, right, or, and it has to be within the dwelling unit.
Mhm.
And you have to record on the title that once you pass title, you have to, eliminate the, second living unit.
It has to be a direct family member too, like, what was it? It was
Yeah.
a familiar,
That's what's in our ordinance.
that's our ordinance.
Yeah, so it has to be a direct family member, and then once they pass title, they have to eliminate that extra living room. But they have to record a bunch of stuff on the title,
Yeah.
I haven't seen too many.
Is that a
It's all the
We've got a
illegal
few,
ones that
we've
show.
done a few.
Yeah, which I can do administratively,
Yeah, we had a couple odd ones come through here over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of illegal.
They never built it, but yeah, the one in the garage.
I
saved that kid's life that day, you did.
Very
even if
impressive.
you're an
Imagine that.
individual.
A lot of illegal
I
duplexes.
think that's probably.
Hey, you know what?
A little problematic, isn't
If
it?
you have an illegal duplex and you have a fire, somebody dies, corporation, insurance company, or a field day, or whatever.
What if they were built before the town zone? Then that doesn't count.
Well, if they were prior to town zoning, I always look back to the 71 tax card. Anything prior to 1970, we call grandfather.
Right, because
Yeah,
there was no rules.
right, there was no real, there were rules, but they weren't strict. So I look at, not prior to 70, it's on the 71 tax card, you should let it go.
Makes sense.
With some of the stuff, we've had a handful of different hearings where it gets muddy is when
Mhm.
the ordinances change over the years, it doesn't matter the specific topic, but you have, just say there was 6 changes to an ordinance, maybe it was accessory family dwelling. Somebody did one, pre-70, so 70, so it was grandfathered, and then you had one in like 78, and then you had another one in like 81, and then you had one in 90, but there was multiple zone changes. Being able to track that to see if they were actually grandfathered, if they did it appropriately, like say in 85 and they followed the zoning regs, even with lot creation, where the lots had to meet a certain requirement at a certain year, and they did. So now they're pre-existing non-conforming, they're grandfathered, but it gets a little muddy tracking where and when they were actually legal or not.
Like I go into the building permit history file. So was a building permit issued to convert this from a single family to a duplex? Usually there's something in there. So it's illegal, unless you can prove to me where you got permits and they're not in the file.
Yeah, there could be something, well, there may be something else on record.
On record, or the zoning board approved something, or.
I'm starting to think.
All right.
It's been a little far afield.
Well, it's general conversation.
Yeah.
Dan, did you have something?
Yeah, just one thing. I just wanted to note it for the record. In the Revity
What's that,
transcript,
Yeah.
it indicates on page 1 that I abstained on line 18. And I just want to be clear for the record that I recused myself. So I wasn't withholding a vote. I wasn't participating in the process at all.
Yeah, I think that's more of a just sort of a clerical issue on the transcript. I don't think you can import any sort of special specific meaning to the use of that term, in the transcript. I think that was just a misstatement or not correctly put down.
I just want-
Misnotation.
I just want to be clear.
Well, do we have to approve the transcript?
No.
No, it's already just part of the
I
record.
just want to make it a matter of record, John.
The steno is a notary, so she swears to the accuracy.
Well, maybe when we approve them, do we have minutes for that?
Yeah, perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have minutes, when we have minutes, maybe bring it up at that point, that we can just make note that,
Well, it's gonna be part of these minutes as well.
there you go, it's noted. Noted. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move. Aye.
Yeah, so